welcome to another video. We have a bit of a Citroen DS road trip today. I think we're going to be doing about 350 kilometres and we're going to the Citroen Car Club National Rally. I know, exciting, isn't it? I've got a bunch of old Citroen bits in the back of the car, so I'm going to see if I can sell them for some money to pay for the fuel to get there and back. Anyway, join me along the route. I'm going to be using a map. I've made my first mistake. I've set off without pulling up my manual aerial, so I've got to pull over, hop out and get that done.
Trying to explain what we know, what we don't know. Other people talked about civil war.
So for anyone who doesn't know the Citroen DS range, and I can imagine there's quite a few of you, although most people watching this will probably know the DS quite well, this car is a DSuper 5, which is my ideal DS specification. I'll tell you why once I've changed into 5th gear. This car has the 2.2 cylinder engine and the 5-speed long ratio gearbox. So I previously had a 1.9 litre car with the 5-speed short ratio gearbox, but the advantage of this one is that it can cruise happily at about 100 kilometers an hour at 2.5 to 3,000 revs, which is great. The other two DSs I've had, the engine speed was just a bit high for comfortable A road or motorway speeds, but this one's just great. It's a perfect model for me. This is just cruising along in well, we're 4th gear now, but as you can see from the speedo, it's what we're doing 60 kilometers an hour. So it's 4th gear. It's a perfectly torquey long stroke engine. Another Tesla. This car seems to be plagued by Teslas, or maybe that's just the world we live in today. I wonder when they'll become uncool to actually own a Tesla. Who knows? Maybe they'll just always be uber cool for the general masses. Anyway, join me. We're just about to join the A46 from Stratford to Concours.
Is Erilyn Wallen. She's the first woman to receive an Ivor Novello Award for classical music and is one of the world's most performed living composers. Her work has been played everywhere, from the 2012 Paralympic Games to the late Queen's Gold and Diamond Jubilees. She's prolific, writing symphonies, song cycles, chamber works and 22 operas.
Making reasonable progress along the A14. For those that don't know what that is, that's a road sign. It tells you where you are. This is called a map. This is like having a sat-nav system in a book. It's quite convenient. It tells you where you've come from, where you're going, and where you are on that particular journey. Personally, I find a map quite therapeutic. Anyway, let's just keep going. Probably about another half a little bit of road to Abbots Ripon, which is where the Citroen Car Club National Rally is. I think it's the 75th anniversary of the UK Citroen Car Club, so it's going to be quite a big do. Hopefully there'll be some people eager to buy my rubbish, my old Citroen rubbish from the time that I restored a couple of old 2CVs and did a bit of work on some GSs. But yeah, it's a nice little road to finish the trip on after the A14, which was fine. Yeah, nice road, the A14, nice and clear. Anyway, let's see where we end up in Abbots Ripon. Right, well, this is quite funny. Somebody at the Citroen rally has just recognised me from YouTube, so that is a first. He did say, have you got a YouTube channel? I said, no, and then I said, actually, yes I do. So that's funny, but I thought I could just give you a quick show around some of my favourite cars here. Right, when it comes to 2CVs, this is about as good as you'll get. This is again something you don't see on the road anymore, but there's one here that looks very familiar to me, and also a friend of mine called Rob. I won't tell you why, but this is the particular one. So this is a Mark 1 BX. Had a bit of publicity recently because the designer of this car also designed Lamborghini Miura, and the Lamborghini Countach, would you believe? And this was his preferred method of travel. And this particular car, I think it's definitely the same colour. My dad had one of these. I don't think his was a TRS. I think his was an RS. We had a few early adventures in that. So that's another car that's quite close to my heart at the show. Two pretty rare Xantias back to back, an Activa and a V6. This one's well known for its handling, but again, pretty rare today. Personally, very pleased to see that the Berlingo is getting some classic status. That will please my full lot of stuff. Look at this lot. So that's me done at the Citroen Rally today. I have sold a grand total of £30 worth of 2CV bits, which is better than nothing. Now I'm going to get packed up and head off for my next leg of my little road trip. I'll show you where I'm going. We are North Huntington, a place called Abbots Ripon. I've got to head south to Buckinghamshire to pop in on my mum, who is about an hour and a half away around the Wisborough area. So yeah, as I mentioned before, for those of you who don't know what this book is with the squiggly lines on, it's called a map, and it shows you everything that a sat-nav system can show you apart from traffic. Right. Put all my bits and bobs in the boot, and was just about to set off to my mum's house, but then I saw this on the windscreen of the D. So it looks like I'm going to have to stay a little bit longer, which is fine. She's obviously a 2CV that's got a harness on the front of it to tow this camper van home, in reverse obviously. So we're now lined up with the other award-winning Citroen cars from the show. I'll show you what there is. I don't actually know what this is. It's new. There we go. It's a Citroen C4 of some sort. This is yours, isn't it, sir? No. No, it's not yours. This is unusual. This is a Citroen Bijou, looking a little bit worse for wear, but a very rare car. Slough-based car. Citroen UK decided to start building them when they thought the 2CV wouldn't sell. Not many around. That again, I'm not sure what category this is won, but we'll find out shortly. Then we've got a traction, an early Diane 6 with no rear window, a nice looking BX. Again, not sure what category this is one, but possibly modified, because it's definitely not standard. Then we've got the Activa. Then we've got my DSuper 5, which seems to be the only DS here. I'm not sure whether that means it's best in class, if it was Crufts. And a C2, and this, obviously not a Citroen, but this is one of the best non-Citroen at the show. Right, that's the D Rally done. Oh, not the D Rally, sorry, it's the Citroen National Rally. So unexpectedly, walking off with the best D, was it? Yeah, best D series, which is fantastic. So proves my ability to spot a good car or a bad car. But now it's an hour and a half from just north of Huntingdon down to Buckinghamshire on the second leg of the DS road trip today. So I shall poodle past Bedford, through Aylesbury, which will be a little bit like going back in time, because I used to drive this route quite a lot. But anyway, let's just enjoy the road for a bit and crack on. up here for a long time. I was going to do this quick recording of one of my old favourite roads, and I've just been gobsmacked by the impact of HS2 just coming out of Wendover. Anyway, this is the road from Wendover to Ellsborough. Last leg of the road trip in the DS today, and it's going to be very quiet on the roads because there's a certain football match just about to start, well, about in 25 minutes. So I think everybody that is watching that will be in front of the telly already. I will be listening to it on the wireless on the Philips 382 on the way home, and see the second half when I get there.
Ptolemy was a Macedonian Greek, a friend of Alexander the Great,
not the football,
who was
is it?
given charge.
The problem with releasing their team early, it's all very grown up. It is though. Yeah, well, I would.
Home on the final leg of the DS road trip for the day. Car's gone wonderfully, and yeah, it's been very relaxing. It's a nice stress-free kind of day. Bit of a bonus to win the best D series at the 75th Citroen Car Club National Rally today. I wasn't expecting that. I would have liked to have got a few more 2CV bits sold, but you know, 30 quid's better than nothing. We'll see. I might pop into Cafe in the Machine just to see how busy it is. It'll be packed. But now I'm going to enjoy the drive down Sunrising Hill. Anyway, that's my DS road trip. Let's get back to the telly. Thank you for joining me. See you again soon.